everybody. This is Alicia, also known as AVP. Um, my fiance normally joins me. He's probably running a little bit late. There's a reason why I'm wearing this veil tonight because it deals with the Orville Novella, Chapter 3. So we're moving along pretty well with this Orville Novella. Um, yeah, I mean, a lot has happened. We've met Otto, we've met his adoptive parents. We've also learned that he supports particular individuals that are a bit more problematic. So, we still haven't gotten to the Orville group, like Ed, Kelly, all of them. But that will come very, very soon. There's still some problematic information, as you see on the banner down below, that basically we don't read out loud, but we're trying to avoid the controversy. Um, Trying to avoid a lot of hiccups. I mean, there's enough problems in the world as there is, so we don't want any more to add to that fuel, basically. So basically, to avoid the controversy, we won't read those. But basically, with this chapter, it's a little bit more lighthearted. There's my fiance joining me.
Hello.
Hey,
Sorry it's late.
that's fine. I just gave a little overview.
Okay.
So yeah, we're on chapter 3. So we haven't gotten to the Orville crew yet. But yeah, there's a reason why I have my wedding veil on tonight. Because it relates to something that happened special to Otto tonight. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Do you think he and his fiance are gonna have any kids? By the way, do you think?
Probably. I think that's. Yeah, I think they'll have kids.
Yeah, that should be interesting because I'm still anxious to see how does it all tie in with the Orville. Because, like I said, we haven't gotten to the Orville content yet. We're only on chapter 3, and it's still not Orville.
Right.
So yeah, it should be interesting to find out what happens to everybody. I mean, how does it tie in? Why is Otto? Why is there Germans? Why is there controversial characters that we don't read?
Why are we in 1940s Germany, for that matter?
Exactly. I mean, it makes you wonder. I mean, is there some character that's related to Otto? Is there some kind of time jump that happened?
No idea.
Only time will tell. No pun intended. So, are you ready, my dear, to start on chapter 3?
I am ready. I got it
Alrighty.
all up and everything.
Sound good. So, yes. I will be presenting that for you guys to follow along. So, yeah. We will get to see what happened to their beloved Otto and his beloved Annalise. All right. Ready?
I am ready. Let's go. And do you,
All right,
Annalise
darling.
Smith, take Otto Valgal to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do you part, according to God's holy ordinance?
I do. She replied, and though Otto had come to know this woman deeply since that fateful day on which her beauty had rendered him verbally flaccid, and though his heart now beat more with love than with lust, in that moment he felt a wonderful electric burst of the same out-of-body vertigo that he had experienced when she had first come gliding across that floor and into his life, which she had transformed in the most unexpected and exhilarating way. He slid the ring onto her finger. The elderly clergyman smiled as if they were the only true union over which he had ever presided.
Then in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
The crowd of guests applauded warmly, the sound reverberating back on itself, courtesy of the carved stone walls of the elegant old church. Heinz, the best man, looked on with a wide grin as Otto kissed his new bride. As he tasted the sweet, familiar lips, he silently thanked God for bestowing such a good fortune upon him. It was truly a precious gift to find love and take it all the way to the altar. The reception was an outdoor affair, and the mild weather was just right. An array of sumptuously decked out tables dotted the green grass just adjacent to the church, with large canopies providing shade. Waiters in white jackets were pouring wine for those already seated as the bride and groom strode in to another round of cheers. The couple waved enthusiastically to the assembled guests as Hines approached with a beaming Elise on his arm.
Look! Look at this! I picked up a date.
He said rakishly, giving Elise a peck on the cheek.
Mama,
Otto smiled, embracing his mother.
isn't this weather grand?
It could not be more perfect, she agreed. It was such a magnificent ceremony, Annalise. You look so marvelously beautiful. Thank you, Frau Schwagel, she said, giving Elise's hand an affectionate squeeze. It's a shame Herr Wagel couldn't be here as well. Otto and Elise exchanged an uncomfortable glance at Annalise's remark, and Otto's tone suddenly turned chilly.
Yeah, a shame.
He is sorry to miss this day, said Elise gamely. But, well, his feelings have not changed.
It's disgraceful.
Otto
His
shot.
only son's wedding.
He is a man of strong convictions, and he is your father. I wish you could dignify him with a bit of respect for that, at least for our family's sake.
Mama,
Otto replied sternly.
he has eyes. He must see what's happening in Germany. He must feel the renewed sense of pride, of hope. Mein Gott, he's still a German.
He still doesn't see the world as you do, she said quietly. Otto guessed if she was conscious of prying ears, but he did not care. He knew he was right. If she continued to act as an apologist for Gunther's outdated and downright dangerous views, she ought to defend himself in full voice. Your father is very stubborn or very wise.
Or very stupid.
Elise looked as if someone had thrown a cold drink at her. For a brief moment, Otto regretted his bluntness. He had never, in all their debates, been so openly insulting when it came to the old man. But damn it anyway. Times were changing, and old Gunther would have to reform his views. Or, well, Otto had no control over the consequences. How could you say such a thing? His mother replied to catch in her throat. Alice observed the exchange with a curious look of a child examining a carnival oddity.
Because it's true.
Otto answered evenly.
Frau Vogel,
Heinz interjected with a calm, diplomatic air. Germany is on the... Oh, sorry.
Germany is on the rise. We've reclaimed the Rhineland, Czechoslovakia, Austria, and there's even talk of Poland.
Ignoring him, Elise kept her now steely gaze fixed on her son. Your father does not believe in a war for conquest, and... She paused as if contemplating whether to cross some invisible line. And I happen to agree with him. This time Heinz and Annalise wore expressions of bafflement.
There's no limit to what we can achieve.
Otto's voice had grown more full-bodied and decidedly iced.
And one day, soon, Father will have to decide if he's with us or against us. And so will you.
Elise's eyes showed greater shock. Her lip began to quiver. She behaved as if the man who stood before her was a complete stranger, perhaps one who might even cause her harm. Before the moment could deteriorate any further, General Schmidt approached.
And pray tell, who is this enchantingly lovely woman?
He inquired with exaggerated theatrical chivalry. Hello, General Schmidt, Elise responded, her voice as gray as her hair.
It's a perfect day, is it not?
Either he had chosen to ignore her visible anxiety or his political instincts had kicked in with intent to diffuse it. Yes, it is.
I have some good news for the young couple. A house has become available in Herbenstreif.
Annalise gasped as her eyes suddenly lit up like a Christmas tree. Is it the one with the blue trim?
Blue trim. You know, I can't recall.
Annalise laughed giddily and grabbed his elbow, bounced it on her toes with surprising agility for a woman in high heels. She suddenly appeared to be to the mindset of an 8-year-old girl being tantalized with the promise of a new pet. Father, please tell me, is this? The general smiled, his playful resolve visibly melting in the irresistible glare of his daughter's doe eyes.
It is.
He relented. Annalise screamed with joy so loudly that several of the reception guests turned their heads startled to make sure everything was right. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! She shrieked, throwing her arms around him. He laughed with paternal delight as he lifted her high off the ground. Her legs were kicking wildly in the air. Almost immediately, she leaped from his embrace and turned spirited attention to Elise. Frau Vogel, wait until you see this house. It is a dream. Elise, however, appeared unmoved by the municipals of the general's offer. Hermanstrand, a beautiful neighbor to be sure. There are many fine homes there, but how will you afford it? She said, directing her last inquiry to her son.
It will be no trouble.
The general assured her.
The owner has been, shall we say, motivated to sell.
He tossed a wry, half-cocked smile at Otto and Heinz, who returned it in kind. Otto was certain this home would prove to be quite splendid indeed. I see, said Elise quietly. Annalise did not seem to notice her mother-in-law's muted reaction. Oh, I'm going to throw the most divine parties, she declared as she planted an ecstatic kiss on her new husband's lips. Otto felt good, not just from the kiss, but all of it. He began to realize how truly blessed a life he was destined to lead. General Schmidt, said Elise, fixing a critical eye on the ex-husband, is the owner of... Otto was abruptly jolted from his reverie, realizing with horror just far his mother had intended to take this misguided line of inquiry.
Mama, don't...
It's a simple question, Otto, she interrupted, silencing him forcibly. She continued, turning to the general. Is the man choosing to sell of his own free will, or is there some other reason?
I'm not sure I follow you.
The general smiled, seemingly unbothered. Elise ceased mincing her words. Do the new laws compel him to do so as well? Is that what you mean by motivated to sell, Herr General?
Well, madam, the new restrictions are only temporary.
He assured her.
I can assure you the Fuhrer wants what's best for this country as a whole.
And does he want what is best for this?
He did not say he was a Jew.
Otto snapped at her. This was quite enough. How dare she humiliate him in front of a man he highly respected as General Schmidt, and on his wedding day, no less. He would not stand for it any longer.
Heinz,
he said, his stony glare still fixed on his mother.
Perhaps you would be so kind as to take my mother outside to see the gardens. They are really quite breathtaking this time of year. Of course, it would be my pleasure,
answered Heinz, offering Elise an arm. She ignored it. No need. I can find my own way. And with that, she turned on her heel and strode away, leaving Otto with a mixture of immense relief and profound sadness.
My sincerest apologies, sir,
he said, offering the general a deferential bow of his head.
I'm quite sure my mother is not feeling well. She's been ill, you see. No apologies, my son.
The general grinned warmly, clapping a reassuring hand on the younger man's shoulder.
Change is exciting for some people. Others take a little longer to get used to the progress. You're very understanding, sir. Thank you.
Moving on as if no unpleasant discourse had occurred, he proffered his elbow.
Come, Annalise. I have not yet danced with my daughter.
He winked at Otto.
I promise I will not steal her away from you.
As they moved nimbly out onto the dance floor, Annalise craned her neck over her shoulder and blew Otto a kiss. The band played a lively rendition of Strauss's Tales from the Vienna Woods as they spun gaily in celebration of the new phase of life. And that is the end of chapter 3. So Otto did get married to his beloved Annalise. And I can take that out of my hair. And yes, that is my wedding veil, folks. That's the only thing Jack has seen. My wedding stuff. He has not seen anything else. So yeah, you did stumble on that, Jeff B. You stumbled on some wedding talk. But it was from the Orville Novella with our beloved Otto. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, like I said, I'm kind of curious to find out now how soon will we get some more Orville content because we still haven't gotten Orville.
Yeah, it needs to be renewed. They got to renew it. They've renewed.
Yes, they
Um,
do.
they've renewed Cobra Kai recently, and they also renewed
Yep,
Wednesday, and those are two pretty good ones.
correct.
So one more to go, and actually, it's probably the best one of those guys.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, hopefully they'll announce something before Jack and I get married, but je ne sais pas, as the French will say. I do not know.
Hmm.
I mean, hopefully that'd be nice.
It would be.
But I mean, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed that little chapter. I mean, it's some of these chapters have been kind of short lately. The next one, we'll see what happens with that one, but we'll keep you posted. That'll be next month sometime.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, we just got to do anything we can to spread on the Orville content and spread it out, I guess, in the meantime. And just remain
And
hopeful.
Orville is correct.
Yes, correct. Renew the Orville, exactly. Exactly. We need to share the Orville universe as much as we can. I mean, honestly, we had to wait nearly 3 years for season 3, and now having to wait for season 4 or any word on season 4.
Right.
We
Just
shall
2 more
see.
seasons. That's all I ask. Is 2 more
At
seasons.
least, at least 2 more seasons and maybe a movie. Maybe a movie. Just don't screw it up. Don't make it weird. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's everything. And anything you want to add in, my dear?
Renew the Orville.
Indeed, indeed, we do. We need to have that renewed. I will pull that promo up before I close up. So yeah, we'll keep you guys posted when we do our next Orville novella chapter. Hopefully, it's not as controversial, but from skimming the next couple of chapters, it is a little controversial. I will say that. We're not leaving Germany yet. We're not. Wow. But
It'll be
yeah.
a while.
Yeah, we need some Orville, but yeah. Alrighty. But thank you guys for coming out. If you guys are catching the replay, yeah, basically the why you saw my little wedding veil is because there was a wedding scene that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I
Yes.
subscribe to Hulu.
Partly. Partly
Well, the reason
for
why
me.
I've stayed
And
the reason why I've stayed on Hulu is for Smallville. But anyway.
right, that's a different matter altogether, my dear. Alrighty, let me put that promo up so you guys can see that promo and we will wrap up. So good night everyone.